Archaeologists are finally unraveling the secrets of one of the most famous mummy kings of ancient Egypt. Seqenenre Tao was brutally cut down on the battlefield, a new scan suggests. This ancient Egyptian pharaoh reigned about 3,500 years ago, at a time when outsiders known as the Hyksos had conquered the region. Seqenenre Tao revolted against his overlords. Ancient papyrus scrolls provide one theory for why. The Hyksos king said hippos frolicking in a sacred pool in Thebes were keeping him awake. But Thebes was hundreds of miles away from the Hyksos king's city. He ordered the sacred pool destroyed, and the two sides went to war. Seqenenre Tao's mummy was found in 1886, but exactly how he died wasn't clear. Until now, 3D images of the pharaoh reveal numerous grisly wounds. A nearly 3-inch long cut marred his forehead, a sword or axe had sliced open his cheek, and a long weapon, such as a spear, had penetrated the base of his skull. He was likely surrounded on all sides when he died. The mummy's hands were clenched, perhaps because they were bound before he died. Seqenenre Tao lost his battle, but the ancient Egyptians won the war. His son pushed out the occupiers, unified the country, and ushered in the New Kingdom period, when ancient Egypt enjoyed its peak power.
If you look up in the Greek, you'll find Namos for Lord. And that represents the deities from the constellation. Now I'm back to the word Torah, and Torat, and Tanakh, and Tawarat, the hippopotamus deity. And why is the hippopotamus deity so important? Because the Hyksos, who are the real Hebrews, right? They were the Jacobites. And that's why you'll find in the dynastic periods of ancient Egypt amongst the Hyksos, the only place you'll find Hebrew names is Jacob Ban, Jacob El, and these were Hyksos rulers who ruled in Egypt for 430 years before a conflict started about the Egyptians having the Tawaret, or the hippo, in their temples, bowing and making noise at night is how they record it. And the Hyksos priests were mad, so what they said is, I want this stopped now. So they sent Kamose, right? And Kamose approached the chief of the Hyksos, whose name at the time happened to be Apapis. Apapis doesn't sound familiar to you, but Apapis is where you get the word pope from, or Papus. And it's also the name that you refer to as Satan, Dragos, Shaitan, Satana, Diablo. The devil is Apapis. The last Hebrew ruler in Egypt of the Hyksos dynasty, name was Apapis, and his conflict was that he lived 100 miles away and he could hear the disturbance of the hippopotamuses wellowing in the temples of the ancient Egyptians, and he was mad. And these Nubians, because this happened down in Nubia, these Nubians, Kamose and Ahmose, rose up against them, conquered them, and chased them out of Egypt. This was your Exodus. Chased them out of Egypt, and they went back into Babylon. They were the Hyksos was referred to as Seqenenre or Canaanites. The sons of Canaan, the cursed seed. They did not come into Egypt by force. They did not come into Egypt and just conquer. They eased their way in over a long period of time. And their easing in, plus the time that they ruled, it amounted to 430 years. Coincidental? We're back to dealing with the Tawarat, the Torah, the Namus, the law. None of these things are coincidences. It's all coming back around to ancient Egypt and the right knowledge.